Welcome to Guitar Bootcamp. I'm JJ Jackson, owner of the Jackson Music Program, and I'll be your drill sergeant for this course. And don't worry, it's not going to be some grueling course. We're going to do this in a fun, easy, and encouraging way, because I'm here to give you the best, most effective start on guitar. I want you to have fun learning what you're doing and be able to take right off with it. Guitar can be a little bit difficult at times, especially at first, and especially if you're not following the correct program. So that's why I put this course together. I've seen this program work over thousands of lessons, and it's tailored to exactly what you need to do to follow step by step in order to build the strength and the knowledge and the technique to be able to play guitar and take it wherever you want to go, whatever genre, whatever style. And with this course, I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do. And I'll be doing it right along with you in real time. So you make your way through this course and you're going to come out on the other side an accomplished guitar player ready to take on whatever you want to learn. So here we go, let's get started. We have the setup of the guitar that we need to know first. So on a traditional 6-string guitar, and this goes for acoustic or electric, we have 3 basic body parts, that we call them. We have the head down here, and this is where your tuning pegs are and how you tune up each individual string to be in tune. And if you need help with tuning your guitar, go to my YouTube channel and find the video how to tune your guitar and make sure you'll be in the best spot. So we have the head down here. That's connected to the neck, which runs along here. And then we have the body down here. So running along the neck, from the tuning pegs along the neck, across the body, we have the strings. There's 6 strings. And then as you can see, also running along the neck, going vertically, we have these metal bars, and these are called the frets. The metal bars are the actual frets, but when we say we're fretting a note, we're going to be playing basically in the middle of the box, slightly to the forefront or to the front edge of the fret box. We'll talk about that more in a sec. So now that we have this set up, head, neck, body, strings, and frets, the next thing you want to make sure you have well is your posture. So to traditionally play a guitar, we want to have our guitar sitting upright in our lap. This little curve down here of your guitar should be sitting on one of your legs, and it's totally appropriate to pick either leg. You can have it sitting on right leg, or you can have it sitting on left leg. Left leg is especially nice for if you're doing finger picking or more of a classical style playing. And then right leg is more common amongst the other styles like rock, jazz, blues, country. Ultimately, it's about what is comfortable for you. And the main thing is you want to have it sitting upright as possible and having the neck be at least perpendicular to the ground, if not sticking up a little bit, because this makes it easier for our hand or our fingers to reach around here. There is a different style of playing where you hold your guitar flat in your lap. It's called lap steel or lap slide guitar, but that's a totally different technique. So what we're talking about is playing traditional guitar. So now that you have it sitting up in your lap, you can see that there's different size of strings. The one closest to you is the biggest string, and then they get thinner and thinner. The notes get higher and higher as you go up to the thinnest string. Now that thinnest string, the one that's farthest away from you when you're looking down at your guitar strings, the one that's farthest away from you, that is string 1. So now each one gets a name. The one farthest away from you is string 1. String 2 is next. String 3. String 4. String 5. String 6. So let's go through and play each one of those again. So take your pick And we're going to pluck on the one farthest away from you. So the very thinnest string. That's string 1, string 2, string 3, string 4, string 5, and string 6. Now, when you're holding the pick, you want to hold it in your picking hand and with just a little bit of the tip of the pick sticking out. So we don't want a whole lot of it sticking out because that gets in the way of our control of the pick. We want to have this nice fine control. So grab your pick and then hold most of it between your thumb and your fingers. I like to use my first finger, my guitar first finger, pointer finger a lot. But you can also use second finger. Sometimes we might use 1 and 2 fingers, pointer finger and middle finger. It all depends on what you're playing and what feels most comfortable. But you want to be able to get it to where that pick is as flat as possible as it's making contact with the strings. You don't want to angle it either way because that makes the sound of the note harder to control. So just the tip sticking out and nice tiny movements so that way the string can ring out nice and clearly and we don't have to use a lot of effort. So when we play these strings as we do right now with no fingers pressing in on any frets, if there's no fingers down here pressing in, this is called playing an open string. So you're just playing the string by itself. So we can play open first string. Let's do that. Open first string, open second string, open third string, open fourth string, open fifth string, and open sixth string. Let's see if we can go back the other way. Let's start at the sixth string. So holding your pick flat, your guitar is upright in your lap, the neck is at least perpendicular, if not pointed up a little bit. We're going to start with the biggest string. Open string 6, open string 5, open string 4, open string 3, open string 2, open string 1. Alright, so now we got our bearings around what the strings are. And each of those string numbers are what we're going to be referring to when we talk about playing notes and playing chords. So in order to start playing notes and chords, we got to get this other hand involved, our fretting hand. And the most important thing that you want to be aware of is how this thumb works on the back of the guitar neck. So you want your thumb to be on the back of the guitar neck, just like you're giving thumbs up behind the guitar neck. It's going to sit flat back here, right in the middle of your guitar neck. That's where we want to start right now. And just thumb pointed up towards the ceiling, right in the back of the guitar neck in the middle. And what this does is this gives us the leverage to be able to push back against our guitar neck. And this is where your leverage comes to be able to reach the fingers around, curl them over, and pinch into a fret so that way you can hear different notes. And that pinching motion, when we curl our thumb around and put the tip of our thumb to the tip of our finger, make this little O position, that's how you're pinching to make a fretted note. And this is how we play notes for melodies, scales. This is how we use our fingers to play chords on the guitar. And it's all about that pinching motion. So make sure your thumb is upright on the back. And I'll keep reminding you about that. But you want to have that leverage. You don't want to put your palm on the back. As you watch other guitar players play, you might notice that there is some of this palm touching, or there's a thumb kind of leaning up on top of the guitar neck. And as you work your way up into the more advanced levels, there's a reason for that. So this is kind of one of those interesting things about music, is you have to start learning one way to give you what you need to then build off that hit those advanced levels, and then sometimes you can break the rules. That's what's so cool about music, is you learn the structure, you learn the guidance system, and then you develop the right technique, and then you can break the rules however you want and really jump into your creativity and how you express yourself as a unique musician. So right now, important thing, thumbs up on the back of the guitar neck. And this gives us our leverage and our balance as we're getting these two hands to work together. So now that we have our posture, now that we know how to hold the pick with just the tip sticking out, holding it nice and flat on the strings, we've got our thumb of our fretting hand on the back of the guitar neck, ready to play, ready to get that pinching motion. Now let's take our pick and we're going to strum only on the thinnest 3 strings. So we're only going to strum on string 1, string 2, and string 3. So these are the thinnest strings, and if we run our pick across all of them in one motion, that's called strumming. So if you're playing multiple strings at one time, that's called strumming. And if you play these strings 1, 2, and 3, play them all open, and we just strum strings 1, 2, and 3 at the same time, you're playing your first chord. So this is the starter version, what I call the half version of the E minor chord. And we'll talk more later about what those names mean. But for right now, know that if you play strings 1, 2, and 3, all open strings, strum that, that's the E minor chord. So let's strum that together. We're going to take our pick and strum down towards the ground. Strum, 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 strum. Try and get your pick to just go across strings 1, 2, and 3. Strum, 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 strum. All right, you're playing guitar. Look how fast that was. Nice job. All right, let's step it up a little bit. Now we're going to start to get into that fretting technique where we're actually going to pinch our thumb tip to our different fingers and then pinch those onto certain frets on certain strings, and we'll be able to play more chords and more notes now. And a good way to judge the pressure is if you are holding your guitar like this. You take your thumb and your finger, we're going to do our pointer finger or guitar first finger, finger number 1. And if you were to pinch the top of your guitar and be able to hold it like this, just from that pinching motion, that's kind of the idea of how much you're going to have to press in order to be able to fret the notes and hear these different notes. So it's one of those things where you'll find your balance with it. And at first, it'll probably feel new to you, and so we got to focus on pressing harder than we think. And then you'll build up those calluses, the little rough parts on your fingers, which are tremendous help for playing guitar. So if you start to see little calluses on your fingertips forming, that is a great sign. And then as your fingers get stronger, then be able to pinch, make that pinching motion gets easier and easier, and then you can adjust. You want to press hard enough that you can hear the note, but then be able to let off the pressure and see how lightly can you press before the sound stops. And if you hear this sound, that means that your finger isn't quite pressing hard enough. So you'll get the hang of it. And right now we're just going to try some easy patterns. We're going to fret with our hand, pinching either first finger to the thumb, second finger to the thumb, third finger to the thumb, or fourth finger to the thumb. So that's what it's like on guitar. We have thumb, first finger, second finger, third finger, fourth finger. All right, here we go. For this first stage, you can use whatever finger you want that feels comfortable. And you'll be able to see on this chart next to me which string and exactly what fret to be able to put your finger on. This chart is like looking at your guitar like this. If it's hanging up on a wall, you can see our strings are running down this way, vertically. And on the far left, that's the 6th string. And then go across all the way to string 1 over here. And then that will tell you exactly what string to play on. And then the frets are these lines running horizontally. And wherever the dot appears, that shows you where you're going to pinch your finger in on that string, on that fret. Okay, so here we go. Let's do this together. We're going to take a finger and play on 1st string, so the one farthest away from you, the thinnest string, and then go up to 3rd fret. So 1st string, 3rd fret. To find the 3rd fret, count up 3 boxes, or 3 frets. Down here is fret 1, fret 2, fret 3. Put a finger right there. Fret 3 on the 1st string. Fret 3 on the 1st string. Now if we strum the first 3 strings again, like we did, strings 1, 2, and 3, this is the half G chord. So if you put your finger on fret 3 of the 1st string, fret 3 of the 1st string, and then strum, that gives you a G chord. You take your finger off, so there's no fingers fretting. That's our E minor chord that we just learned. Put your finger on fret 3, fret 3 for G chord. Very nice. Just strum at a comfortable pace. You can keep up with me if that feels good for you, or you can go slower, faster. It feels comfortable and easy. And now we take our finger off, E minor chord. Just feel that comfortable pattern of running your pick across the strings in a nice, easy fashion. Alright. Let's try one more. You're doing great at this. Now, we're going to put our finger and play or fret a note that is on the 2nd string now. 2nd string. So the thinnest one, string 1, next string, string 2. So on this string 2, we're going to put our thumb up on the back of the guitar neck, and then on string 2, curl your finger around, press in on fret 1. So now we're playing on string 2, fret 1. String 2, fret 1. Curl that finger around as best you can. Pinch that finger like you're pinching it to your thumb on the 1st fret of the 2nd string. 1st fret of the 2nd string. Now give those first 3 strings a strum. Strings 1, 2, and 3 like we have been. Another thing that will help that, if you're having trouble getting your finger in position on this 1st fret right here, then what you can do is take your wrist down here and turn it out towards the head of the guitar. So your thumb's up on the back of the neck, then turn your wrist out towards the head of the guitar, and it'll give you some more space to comfortably wrap that finger around and press in on the 1st fret. 1st fret of the 2nd string. Let's give that a strum. want to adjust back to this G chord, and your thumb might want to slide a little bit in order to get there, and that's totally fine because you want that thumbs up position. So here we go, G chord, 3rd fret, take it off, E minor chord. Okay. Now G chord, 3rd fret. Take it off, E minor. Try C chord, 1st fret, 2nd string. 1st fret, 2nd string. Ready, go. I turn my wrist out to give some more space. Now we got C chord, E minor chord. Take your finger off. And C chord. Ready, 1st fret, go. Take it off, E minor. Look at you, nice job. So now you learned how the setup of the guitar works, you learned how to fret notes, and you learned your first 3 chords, E minor, G, and C. You are ready to take off on the races of learning guitar. Then when you're ready, go to the next video, and this is where we're gonna do the level 1 spider drill. These ones are so insanely good for making your fingers so strong and able to play on any note with any finger. And you're going to be totally amazed at how easy this makes learning guitar. So have some fun with these new chords that you just learned. And then when you're ready, I'll see you in video number 2, level 1 spider drill. Great job. If you like this video, then go to my website, jacksonmusicprogram.com, and check out the Guitar Bootcamp course, where I'll show you exactly what you need to know to get the best, most fun, easy start on guitar. And I'll be going through it with you every step of the way to make sure you get the most expert guidance from a real teacher. And you'll learn exactly what you need to know to be able to play anything you want on guitar.